I went to the pound and asked to see the big dog, and they showed me a picture of you. Party rockin', as some would say.
I made a horrible nightmare.
But a fascinating question nonetheless.
You guys want to watch Limitless sometime?
You guys want to do this?
I have an answer, and it's so good and dumb.
Time to get math blasted.
Zoom is not a gentle lover, and you know that.
I also was trying to think of a boat horn joke.
What if Zoom just wants to give you soft kisses?
My note of Weezer song name puns.
I'm good for this slop.
I popped in. It's such a weird time.
I feel like we've done that already.
The time wasn't is, it was when.
Let's do this. All right, here we go. Hello, and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and if I hear any more about the goddamn Washington Monument reflecting pole, I am going to go there and cut it open myself.
Kyle, don't do that. You'll be arrested. They're in jail.
You'll do jail time for that.
Yeah.
You'll also probably get some icky algae all over your legs.
Also that.
Yeah, it has been like a new news story about it has come out for like every day for 2 solid weeks.
Yeah.
And every time I see one, I'm like, this cannot be the most important thing happening right now.
It's not. It's us losing a war that we started. It's actually more important.
No, the war's it's the weekend. The war is on right now. It's off starting Monday.
It's
when
it's
the
like,
market's open.
It's like parents that are split up. It's only on every other weekend and Wednesday nights.
Yep, you got it.
Does the war get Christmas?
I think it is
every other year.
Christmas this year. Yeah.
The war
2
gets
weeks
Christmas.
in the summer, 2 weeks at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Shit sucks.
every once in a while, we like to break out of our comic books and video games framing to do something a little different, but still within the broader like nerd culture umbrella. See our premium shows, The Office Drones and Fellowship, this subtitle, as good examples of this. Recently, we partnered with the DT Corporate Espionage Division to have another great discussion of this sort.
Weirdly, the biggest department on our payroll.
Huge
Yeah.
Well, we
department on our
downsized
payroll.
the zombie preparedness after we took care of the zombies the last time, which I'm sure once we doged the zombie preparedness, I'm sure that won't come back to get us.
But no one really knows where their offices are either, which is strange.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the very first episode of this podcast and tell the four of us the sentence that Todd just said. We doged the zombie preparedness division, and just like,
And then there's like,
what is
leave.
that? That's
Like,
not
you
anything.
figure that out.
It sucks because none of us even blinked at that.
No, no.
Like, that was such a normal human thing to say.
I'm not convinced we haven't made that joke before.
We probably have.
We didn't expend any more brain power on that sentence than we did the intro, which is something.
As easy as breathing.
Yeah.
So recently we partnered with the Corporate Espionage Division of Debate This headquarters because as a giant multinational business conglomerate, we compete in a lot of different markets, and they needed our help to figure out if there is anyone with any level of notoriety who may or may not have made it into the public eye under more supernatural means than you would suspect. Simply put, there are some public or historical figures who they asked us to investigate on suspicions that they might actually be what we would consider a mythical being, using that supernatural nature to advance in this capitalistic society we all exist in.
It's a very step 1 find cryptid, step 2 question mark, step 3 profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Joining me today are 3 experts in myth, cryptozoology, and the paranormal: Matt Mantis Man Cole, Andrew the Loveland Frog Henderson, and Todd Michigan Dogman Thomas to present their findings.
Well, that one's the best one.
Yeah, well, canonically, these are our nicknames from college. Which
Yeah,
is, for once,
actually.
you got them all right. I've
got
been
'em all
calling
right.
Andrew the Loveland Frog for years.
Me too.
Yeah. I think that's the
An old
cryptid
Mantis
that
Man
is-
Cole up there.
I think the Loveland Frog is the closest cryptid to where we all live currently.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
Kyle.
It is Loveland, Ohio's like local cryptid.
Yeah.
A weird,
I love
a weird
local
frog
Ohio
creature.
cryptid.
We love.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Greater Cincinnati area got one.
I can't say that I've heard of the Dog Man, but I can't say that I'm familiar with any of these three cryptids.
Well, you have to
really.
you have to look inside yourself because you've got that dog man in you.
You got that Dog Man.
All right, I'm done. I'm out, everybody.
I went to the pound and asked to see the big dog, and they showed me a picture of you.
These are just three like niche cryptids that are very like city or township specific.
Yeah, C-tier
two of-
cryptids. Got it.
Yeah, two of them being from like the greater Ohio Valley area.
Yeah. The Second City improv cryptids, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mantis Man is absolutely a jazz trumpeter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but it feels right.
Every college in Michigan has a dog man. It's in the nastiest fraternity.
Yeah.
So, experts, what real person or people is actually a magical being of myth? And what are they? What did you find? Matt.
Kyle, I'm really glad that you called us in today because I think that it is important the public knows what we are up against. Because, Kyle, the dead walk among us. Now, don't panic. I know that we doged the zombie preparedness division. Luckily,
Doged it hard.
I'm not doing a zombie thing. See, zombies are reanimated corpses, yes, but they are mindless. They are simply husks that hunger. If someone in pop culture was a zombie, we'd all know it. They'd smell like shit, their flesh would look like it's rotting, and they would fall asleep in meetings if gone unaddressed for too long. No, friends, we're dealing with something different. On primetime TV, right now, there is an undead in the spotlight. The spirit of a deceased being who repossessed its own dead body for mischievous means. That's a revenant, folks. And his name is Philip John Clapp, but you know him professionally as Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville from Jackass is definitely a revenant and not a living being. That man has died and is
On
now
screen. On screen.
a spirit inhabiting the dead body of Johnny Knoxville for possibly nefarious and mischievous purposes.
Jokes aside, I can think of 3 times I think I've seen him die.
Don't
TV.
don't spoil my answer to question 2, Todd.
Oh, okay. I'll see.
Quit reading ahead.
I don't know what you're gonna say, but I'll hold my 3 because I'm excited to see if they're the same 3.
Yeah, man. Johnny Knoxville, somebody who I have never met in real life, but have only heard pleasant things about, and once wore a t-shirt on a TV show that was like merch from a drive-through beer barn in my very small hometown. It was a very big moment on my high school Facebook page. Johnny Knoxville, he's been dead the whole time.
All right.
I like this.
I like this a lot. Without hearing your evidence, I'm already buying in. Andrew, what cryptid or mythical creature did you find?
So let me, just to set the scene, pretend that there's twanging guitars and a gadong 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 playing in the background.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Guy Fieri and we're rolling out, heading for some of America's greatest diners, drive-ins, and dives. These words captivated a nation. Nay,
You're giving a corporate presentation.
Or like a Ken Burns documentary.
that was the idea. Nay, the world at large. Guy Fieri, as we've already identified on this show a few times, is a truly unique sensation. He is a purely good-natured, altruistic person and sneaky, talented chef who is wearing the skin of an insufferable douchebag. So let me kind of jump to pre-European Christian folklore, pre-Christian European folklore. We learn of the entity of a fairy, or a fairy, F-A-E-R-I-E, which was created to represent a magical creature sporting a human appearance and a penchant for trickery. Now, later, the idea of a fairy was expounded upon, and we see it in several European cultures, and that gives us the pantheon, the general classification of the fae. Now, there's one particular fae spirit, the hobgoblin, which came out of English folklore. And this was most famously portrayed by the character Puck in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. We got any Midsummer heads?
Yeah. It's my junior play. 'Cause that's cool.
There we go. So now, depending on the region and the era, hobgoblins kind of run the gamut. You've seen some, they're mischievous house spirits. They sometimes do household chores at night. Sometimes they're generally helpful. Sometimes they play practical jokes on human hosts. Sometimes they're just like malevolent devils. But the hobgoblin lore, the piece of hobgoblin lore that is consistent is if you attempt to give them clothing, it will banish them forever.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what the J.K.
The
Rowling
house
got
elves?
it from.
So
I mean, I know she stole everything, but I didn't. know
No.
this.
She did steal everything. Dobby the house elf comes from English folklore as a type of hobgoblin, a Dobby.
Huh. Well,
Interesting.
there just one more notch in the belt of how little she tried to write those books.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, today, I'm going to present my findings that all but proves Guy Fieri is not actually a man at all, but rather a kindly and good-natured hobgoblin who is wearing the skin of an insufferable douchebag.
Okay.
I don't want to inadvertently help Andrew, but
Sure.
I would like to submit.
But I'm going to anyway.
I would like to submit hobgoblin to the lexicon. Hobgoblin.
I love that. I've got a few puns already in the chamber. I will
Good.
certainly add it to my trade binder.
All right. Another incredible find, Andrew. Thank you. Todd, bring us home. Who's your mythical being that you found out in there in the world?
Well, sometimes the obvious choice just is the obvious answer. And candidly, it's time that we as Americans own up that one of our living legends is in fact using magics that may be dark and nefarious to hoodwink us all on live TV in front of everyone. I don't want to give this too much of a drum roll into the cymbal crash, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Joey Chestnut, the winner of 55 different eating-related
America's
challenges.
hero.
Yeah, America's hero, ranked first in the world by Major League Eating, which is a real thing, is not human, at least not a normal human.
Okay.
Now, is he an all-powerful wizard who studied and honed his craft? Has he made a dark pact with a primordial being that predates the letters of the ancient texts? Honestly, we can't be sure yet, but the other cryptozoologists agreed that he is, at minimum, a shapeshifter who can control the changing of his physical body at an instant under his own will. To gaze upon his craft is to confront our own mortal limitations. And I'm here to say, just for certain, that there is no way the impressive feats that Joseph Christian Chestnut puts on year after year after year on each July 4th that he performs are completed to such a level without some sort of illicit magical aid.
If this is the case, Todd, do you think the supposed given name Joseph Christian Chestnut is taunting us by using Christian so closely with his dark arts?
Yeah, it might be. The thing is, they don't ever introduce him with his full, pun intended, Christian name.
Sure.
They say Joey Chestnut. They don't say Joseph Christian Chestnut.
Yeah.
Perhaps he had to forsake his middle name to obtain these dark powers.
I think it's if you say it 3 times in front of a mirror, your eyes roll in the back of your head and your head splits open.
I do believe
there is some sort of precedent there of invoking his name may have negative effects on someone. We've not dared to do such a thing. We're still very early on in the cryptozoologist hunting and, dare I say, capturing and revealing of Joey Chestnut. We got to do some pre-work before we spring the trap, but July 4th is nearly upon us, and we must act soon.
He is at his highest power.
Yeah. When the blood moon rises on July 4th.
Experts, these are all incredible finds that have a lot of implications if they are in fact true. Now I need you to present your evidence. Why do you think that these are not mere mortals, but magical beings that live among us? And what ripples through society or our culture or whatever does their existence imply or have for us? Matt, the Revenant Jonathan Knoxville.
Yeah, Kyle, the Revenant Jonathan Knoxville. Let me tell you, I have hard evidence. Now, it is video evidence. We are an audio medium, so if you are listening to this presentation, don't worry, it'll be linked in the show notes. I've pinpointed the exact moment that Johnny Knoxville died, and it is the first link that I have here, specifically at the 27-second mark of this video. Those of you familiar with seminal American film Jackass, the first one, may remember a scene in which Johnny Knoxville squares up against world super heavyweight boxing champion Butterbean in a department store. The last part's not really relevant, but what is relevant is that Butterbean knocks his lights out, knocks it clean out. He goes down. He goes down in a way that human beings can't survive.
He slumps down like a bag of meat.
Yeah, he does the slump. He loses control of his whole body. He sure does. Now, obviously, there is some editing, but you will see in this clip almost immediately after, the first thing that man does is make a joke for the camera. He turns and looks at the camera and asks if Butterbean is okay. Now, you might be surprised to find out the dead can't be humorous. Dead people they're not funny. You can't make a joke if you're dead. And zombies, they don't do that. But revenants who repossess their dead bodies for mischievous means but are actually dead are capable of this kind of shenaniganry. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, how do I know that he actually died and he didn't survive? And I'm here to tell you that because as of recently, 4 additional movies, Johnny Knoxville has been proving to us that despite his active attempts, he literally cannot die. And I would like to show you this second link, one of the more recent from Jackass Forever, those of you who haven't seen the 4th Jackass movie. Now, this is actually a clip of a stunt called the Magic Trick. And I have the timestamp you're looking for. It's about 1 minute. About 1 minute in is what you're looking for here. Proof that Johnny Knoxville can't die. Now, he has said in a lot of interviews Andrew just saw it happen.
Oh, no.
Since this happened, he actually cannot do a lot of stunts anymore. He is in pretty terrible shape these days and had to get a number of surgeries and is a little bit limited on his capabilities. Well, that's the kind of thing that happens to a corpse. But when that corpse gets up and keeps doing humor and more stunts, you start to think maybe something else is driving this corpse. Maybe it isn't simply the human process keeping this person alive. Perhaps this person has already died. Now, I would like to turn very quickly to some other lore. There are a lot of kinds of revenants. Revenants is like an umbrella term, and there are a few types of revenants that I think we might be dealing with here. For one, there is the Draugr, which is the Nordic folklore, not a zombie, but a soldier come back to repossess its body to take revenge. Now, I don't really think that's it. I think what we're dealing with is actually a wight, a W-I-G-H-T, a wight. Now, the word wight originally just meant thing in Old English, anything. Wight. It was like that. It was just a word. But as time went on, wights began to take on a different form of more of an intelligent zombie-like being. Tolkien has written about wights. They're everywhere. Mm-hmm. People have done them. But I have 2 sentences that I would really like to read for you. One from monster.fandom.com/wiki/wight. Yet, while they are still driven by the instinct to feed, some believe that unlike the vast majority of zombies for whom they are often mistaken, these undead retain at least some rudimentary memory of who they were in life. And I think That's pretty Johnny Knoxville. If you see him in like clips and stuff, he doesn't talk about all the things he used to do. He doesn't talk about The Ringer. Nobody references that movie anymore. He doesn't remember Jackass 2. He remembers parts of who Johnny Knoxville was, but the Johnny Knoxville today isn't the Johnny Knoxville of old. No, I have one more sentence for you. This description actually from official D&D source material, so agreed upon by capitalism is the correct definition. Wights are intelligent undead humanoids that resemble armed and armored corpses. They never tire in pursuit of their goal of making eternal war against the living. How else would you describe the Jackass property if not eternal war against the living?
But Matt, they say don't try this at home.
Oh, they sure do.
So no one in the history of Jackass history has ever tried a Jackass
Has ever
done at home.
attempted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not. It's definitely never happened. There definitely aren't videos on YouTube of me doing this shit. No, certainly not.
No, not at all.
I gotta say, so in question 1, I talked about 3 things I could think of 3 times where I've watched Johnny Knoxville die. Would it surprise you to know these are 2 of those 3 times?
Wouldn't it all? Wouldn't it all? What's the third one?
The golf cart one.
Yes. Yeah, the golf cart one is the other one. Yeah, it's from Jackass 3, I think.
He gets not ejected from the golf cart, but like flung.
Launched.
Not even launched. It's the golf cart goes up and the momentum of the golf cart flipping spikes him. Like he gets spiked onto the ground.
Yep.
So I, much like Matt didn't want to help Andrew with his answer, I don't want to help Matt with his answer, but I've seen this man die 3 times.
I could watch Jackass clips all day.
Dude, doesn't it just take you back?
Actively doing that. I have never seen him get gored by this bull.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
oh, he does. Oh my God, that's the golf cart. He flips in the air like a rag doll a couple times.
He sure does.
It is dramatically more serious than, but also reminds me of that clip from when we talked about the Amazing Race.
Yeah, the watermelon when
Pegged in the
rocked by the watermelon.
She gets beamed by her watermelon. Just in like the absolute ragdollatry.
Yes.
The timing of this is pretty apt. I had seen a clip today of Johnny Knoxville talking about getting punched by Butterbean.
Yeah.
And like how he told me is like, you just got to go, just go for it. And Butterbean's like, yeah, man, all right. And like, there's a clip, I don't know if it's in the movie or not, where he immediately, when Johnny Knoxville goes down, immediately starts snoring.
Yeah.
And he talked to his doctor about it. And his doctor's like, oh no, that was your body trying to keep from swallowing your tongue. And that's tough. It's tough.
That's not the kind of thing that you live through. It just isn't.
No.
I want to make one more piece of evidence here. Again, citing monster.fandom.com/wiki/wight.
Please.
Yeah.
Many believe that the wight derives its name, at least partly, from its pale appearance, though it is also known that the word white is derived from Old English. That's not really important. Interestingly enough, the shriveled and decrepit bodies of wights are short and slender enough relative to humans that their stature is often compared to that of little children. Tell me this man in 2026 doesn't look a little bit like a pale, shriveled child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's that man is not alive.
Yep.
No.
Johnny
Matt,
Knoxville,
do you know
dead the whole time. What's up, Kyle?
is this second the bull stunt? Is that the bull stunt that like permanently messed up his junk?
It is. Yes.
Like he's got to
think-
like pee in a bag now because
Yes.
because of this stunt.
I think it's like he might have like a colostomy bag or something like that. Yeah. from
Yeah.
Getting gored by this bull. For Jackass
Yeah.
4, they just did a 5th one.
And
They did
5
another
just
one.
came out.
They did it again.
Wow. Well, we'll talk more about Jackass and its cultural legacy in the post show. I'm sure. This is pretty compelling evidence, Matt. I'm gonna have to hear what the other 2 brought before we can make a decision here, though. So, Andrew, what is your state your case against Gob Fieri?
So Matt had pointed out there's a lot of different European variants, different retellings of the idea of a revenant, and hobgoblins are very similar, right? This is how European folklore works, right? There's all these different ancient historic tribes. So the post Dark Ages version of Scotland's variant of the hobgoblin eventually becomes known as the brownie. Now, the brownie, unlike its more mischievous counterparts, are generally good-natured and generally helpful. It said brownies would often appear at night and perform various chores and other farming tasks while the inhabitants of the house were sleeping.
I think I've heard like the like cobbler story. They come into his place at night and make the shoes for him is like brown, like
kind of the idea. Yep.
Think the original mascot of the Cleveland Browns, Brownie.
Exactly. Yep. You got it. So human homeowners would in exchange leave an offering in the form of a bowl of milk or heavy cream as like a thanks to the helpful hobgoblin. Now, if no offering was left,
Todd's face.
Just sorry. Hey, did you leave your bowl of milk out tonight?
I mean, what's more valuable in 1600s era Scotland than heavy cream?
Yeah.
That's
Did
true.
you bring your certainly curdling cream? Did you leave it out?
I mean, that's as good as gold in pre-potato famine era northern UK. So the brownie would, and if no offering was left, the brownie would be insulted and feel taken advantage of because it just did all that work, and would either outright disappear or maybe pull some pranks on its host before leaving entirely. So when we stack up all the evidence, things start to become clear. Guy Fieri seemingly appeared out of nowhere after one faithful night and started a restaurant called Johnny Garlic's, which achieved overnight sensation status. He then expanded the operation, which, of course, if you want to hear all about Guy Fieri, you can listen to our flavor text in the history of Guy Fieri. And we've talked about the operation Johnny Garlic's, expanded into a regional franchise around Northern California. It tanked a few. It's still around, but he seemingly left it a couple years ago. Separately, Fieri hit the big time after he won season 2 of the next Food Network star in the mid 2000s, and then achieved TV chef stardom with his siren song, of course, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So breaking it down, Johnny Garlic's created and sold as a California pasta grill, right? So bringing the flavors of Italy to the masses of Northern California. The restaurant featured dishes like Cajun chicken fettuccine, Guy Italian spicy sausage and penne, and volcano chicken with his house volcano sauce. Now, Kyle, what singular ingredient do all of those things feature?
It's heavy cream.
Heavy cream. Guy Fieri helped his business partner Steve Gruber achieve massive success as a restaurateur until one day Steve decided to quit, leaving heavy bowls of heavy cream, also suing Fieri. And so Fieri disappeared and dropped his name from the franchise. Just simple as that. Now, in pre-Renaissance time, brownies were often described as ugly, brown-skinned, and covered in hair. And how Dobby the house elf, right? Now, Guy knew that attempting to disguise himself and live amongst humans as a brownie in this modern era was going to take a little more effort. So he cleaned himself up and he decided to mask himself as the stereotypical top of the bell curve average American male, which he found from looking through a subset of shitty profiles on Facebook. So the hobgoblin Guy Fieri appears as a human male with spiky bleach blonde tips, a pair of plastic sunglasses wrapped around the back of his head, but this is all to distract people from his sun-kissed complexion. Now, he ditched the traditional hobgoblin rags for a modern take, which is, of course, his signature series of bowling shirts with flames on them. And so to this day, the good-natured hobgoblin calling himself Guy Fieri continues to roam the countryside, appearing in commercial kitchens across the country to help humble restaurateurs everywhere achieve the level of success that they dream, as long as they provide him a hearty meal of heavy cream. They can be assured that they will see success in the form of the patented, featured in Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives plaque and subsequent commemorative photo. That's correct. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is an elaborate trick, an elaborate prank for Guy Fieri to get offerings of heavy cream from restaurateurs across America.
We found our cold open. And honestly, the entire premise of this podcast has led to this moment.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think this is the first episode where we have listed the menu items from
Sure it is in Johnny
from
Garlic's.
Charlie Garlic's.
Nope.
I don't even think it's the second episode where we've listed menu items from Johnny
Certainly
Garlic's. Second, this is, again, pretty compelling stuff. Much like Agent Fox Mulder, I want to believe, Andrew.
Me too, Kyle.
I want to believe.
Andrew's got so many red strings and articles on his back wall.
Yeah.
And
Again, this is
cutouts
an audio,
from menus of Tex Wasabi.
this is an audio format, so you can't see the web of connected red string behind Andrew right now. With that, Todd, please present your evidence. Make your case against Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, so let's set the stage here. So Joey Chestnut's age is allegedly 42 years old. That's, that we can't prove. But his physical composition, as he physically appears as a man, is that he's a little over 6 feet, so around 6'1", and he weighs about 230 pounds, give or take. That's just a larger than average man. And that's not large enough that he is taking on any other pro athlete or like a NFL linebacker or anything like that. It's just a larger man. That's it. And now that we have that groundwork settled that he is not extra special in any physical dimension, let's talk about some of his feats of horfing that no normal man could perform.
Feats of horfing, huh?
I'm going to use that verb more than once. He took down 83 glizzies, dog and bun, in 10 minutes. And yes, he dunked it in water, but 83 glizzies in 10 minutes, 8.3 glizzies a minute.
That is as amazing as it makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
You're taking down a glizzy every 7.5 seconds? That's what you're doing? Yeah. Okay. He took down a little under 14, so 13.7 pounds of pork rib meat in 12 minutes. You think
I gotta
that's
say,
a lot?
describing hot dogs as pork rib meat is uncouth.
Oh no, this is a different challenge. Hot dogs
This
are
is a
not
rib
strictly
eating.
pork rib meat. They're pieces of animal.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that we weren't overselling
moved
what
on.
hot dogs are made
Yeah,
of.
no. We all know that hot dogs are breadsticks of meat.
Yeah. I have 6 different food challenges that I'm offering here as evidence that he is no mere mortal. The second one being 13.7 pounds of pork rib meat in 12 minutes. You think that's bad? 15 3/4 of a pound of sliced bologna in 8 minutes.
No.
That's 7% of his body weight in bologna in 8 minutes.
That's such a dense meat too.
It's
Yeah.
such a dense
Oh.
salty meat.
Yeah. 53 soft tacos from Taco Bell in 10 minutes.
Okay, I can
Honestly,
do
the
that.
least
That's just a
troubling
Friday
one.
night.
Yeah, that's that's a that's a lot.
I'm glad that all of us hit that at the exact same beat. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's the palate cleanser before 141 hard-boiled eggs in 8 minutes.
okay,
That's
we're back.
so
back to throwing
many
up.
hard-boiled eggs. And then lastly, this one I think might be the most impressive. You know those I think they're called donuts. They're Hostess, the powdered small
Yeah.
donuts that come in a bag.
The awful ones.
Whoa.
257
Yeah, I
of them in 6 minutes.
Oh my God.
The powdered
You know
ones.
what? You know what was the worst part about all this is I can smell the burp of each one of these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can just
Yeah.
smell the burp.
Well, and it's also out of the bit. I'm sure with all of these, he had water, he dunked them in. It's really tough to think about the sloshing slurry of 141 hard-boiled eggs.
We're gonna have to
in
put a
and
warning
existing.
on this. This has a
Yeah,
content
this is-
warning.
Yeah,
This
it's-
sucks.
This is
rough.
someone's thing, bad and good. So what I'm just saying is that it's not hard to come to terms with the fact that Joey Chestnut is some sort of being with magical abilities to some level. Now, Kyle, you had asked, what repercussions does the truth reveal here? And I think that's the most troubling thing. what's tough is that we're discussing this issue leading up to the 2026 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Competition, which he is set to perform his unholy prayer at again. And this news
His dark
unholy
offering.
communion.
Yeah. This isn't a prayer. This is a rite.
Yeah. And the news of this, of us recording this, will only break after the competition has taken place. Now, I'm a firm believer in facing our demons, perhaps this being one literally, but as a divided nation, one of the few points of pride we do have is in our gluttonous hot dog consuming heroes. And this news does have the
It's not
potential
wrong.
to shatter our paper thin psyche of the American soul that we are so desperately holding on to. Unless revealing this dark magician that is Joey Chestnut for who he really is may inspire all of those up-and-coming challengers that have so long been left in his magical hot dog fart wake. And I think we
Sure.
owe it to them, the other Horfers of the world, to reveal this devil, to let them have their moment in the sun, eating 83 glizzies in a more respectable, probably 12 minutes.
It's sort of like a reverse Dragon Ball Z Spirit Bomb, where it's like he's eating and holding in the collective like hate and envy and other 7 deadly sins of America. And if you were to cut him open, all of that would pour out like the Oogie Boogie from
Oogie Boogie.
He will be filled with
River.
worms like the Oogie Boogie. I have my theories of what's going on, and I think we'll talk about that before we're done. But I think no mere mortal man could do those things. And if he can, then something even worse is happening.
Something darker is going on.
Darker, an unknown level of evil.
I do really appreciate that you've painted this picture of a persona boss of Joseph Chestnut.
This like man, just a man who eats a lot of cottage cheese, like just a man.
The powdered donuts one is
It's tough.
That's tough.
That might be the toughest.
those are dry.
I will say,
well, it's you dunk them in the water. That's the thing, right? Is like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
that
But
I
then,
think
like,
is
then
the
you're-
one that creates something closest to a slurry, which is
Yeah.
a pretty upsetting word to use.
It's that and the like soggy white hot dog bun.
yeah. I think so. I thought a lot about this, unfortunately.
Sure.
Did ya?
And I do think that the slurry that comes from the cup of water donut mess is like, if you've ever dunked Oreos in milk and like you lost an Oreo and like at the bottom you're like, oh, it's kind of like Oreo chunks. That's fine. Imagine that, but it's the full cup and it's cloudy and it's doughy and you've got to chug it. So I think
you're
that's
gonna make me
pretty
vomit,
tough.
bro.
Yeah, this is
That
real
was
Barbie.
tough.
Listener, if this is your jam, if you're into this, check us out. Check out our
Seek
Patreon at Debate This Cast. Patreon.com/Debate This Cast for the low, low price of $60. Todd might do more of this if you pay him.
Oh, God. There's an extra $10 charge if it's a kink thing. I
You have to cite it in the
have to tell
form.
us. You
I
have to
don't
tell
like
us.
that we've set that precedent.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. I honestly, the donuts are troubling. Almost 16 pounds of sliced bologna is
It's also tough.
That's
like a
that's
log.
the equivalent of a toddler. It's like eating a whole toddler.
A toddler with the density of a star.
I don't think I've had 16 pounds of bologna in my adult life.
Yeah, because again, like, right, like picture, like I'm just picturing like a half of a cut bologna, because like what bologna is basically like they
It's a big hot
pressurized a bunch of other ham.
Yeah.
I am really hoping that I can find out how much a deli loaf of bologna weighs, because I just want to know for reference.
Yeah, just where we're at, how far he made it into that.
This is the AI overview, and I choose to trust it implicitly
Sure,
for
of
this
course.
reason.
Well,
The deli loaf of bologna, often called a log, stick, or chub, perfect, weighs between 5 and 10 pounds. So we're talking
he had
anywhere from 1.5 to 3 of
5.
those things.
It has been a minute since I felt like we need a genuine content warning on an episode. This
Yeah.
might be it, man.
This was tough.
All right.
That's
Well,
what I have for you, Kyle.
the disgusting dark feats of Joey Chestnut aside, none of this means anything, at least nothing we can act on, as long as it's speculation. What we really need is some proof. And the best way to get proof of a mythical or magical being is an elaborate scheme to expose them. So what I need from all of you next is that elaborate scheme, Matt.
Yeah, Kyle, I'll be honest with you. I was ready to dream up the most elaborate scheme to prove that Johnny Knoxville has been dead the whole time. But luckily, I think that he has actually trapped himself in his own elaborate scheme. Let me explain. Released just last week was Jackass number 5, which they are calling the final Jackass movie. Now, a lot of people thought the last one, Jackass Forever, they did was going to be the final one, but they didn't say that. They just said we're doing another one. This one, they say, is the final Jackass. Now, here's the thing about Wights, which again I think is the kind of
I don't like
undead
that
revenant.
phrase. I felt bad.
WIGHT.
There's our cold open.
Nope. Certainly not taking that out of context. Not going to clip that. That keeps 30 seconds on either side of it forever. Anyway, the thing about the type of undead revenant that Johnny Knoxville is that there's really only 2 ways to prove that a wight is in fact a wight, and it's either to burn the body and completely destroy it, which like the Jackass crew tends not to do a lot of fire stunts because it's weird in insurance. I listened to a behind the scenes featurette about it once. Less important. What's more important is that most of this type of revenant, which is a type that I'm not going to continue to say because I think it's hurting my answer, they are mission driven. They have a thing they are trying to do. They are a soul without rest that needs to complete its goal to be released from its mortal coil. And I think Johnny Knoxville has to continue to make Jackass movies or he will complete his goal of waging war against life itself and he will cease to exist. So if this is the final Jackass movie, I think it is proof that Johnny Knoxville is a wight and we probably won't hear about him anymore. But if they end up doing a 6th one, it's probably because he's got to prove that he's got to keep doing it. He's got to stay on the train.
He's got to keep up appearances.
Yeah. He's like
what
Jason
is
Statham in Crash or whatever.
Yeah, so what does success look like for Johnny Knoxville the Wight?
I think that's pretty good too. I like him as a Gandalf-like figure who comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that his goal is to show the limits of life itself by continuing to push these boundaries, doing things that only an undead could do, while surrounded by 15 other real people trying to do similar things. And he's like, look what I can do. I'm Johnny Knoxville and I'm dead. And so he like does a thing. But then like Steve-O's over there and he's like, oh brother, I gotta do what Johnny Knoxville did. So I gotta go harder. Thanks. Him I did meet once and he sounds like that all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think that his goal is to trick as many real people into doing stupid shit as he can by doing stupider shit. That's my guess. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not here to ponder on why. I'm only here to ponder on what. Yeah.
We don't question his motives. We just gotta find out the truth. Okay. I guess we just wait and see with yours then. So Andrew, how are we going to expose Gob Fieri?
So bad news. The only thing that we can actually do to prove that Guy Fieri is a fae or fairy from ancient Scottish folklore would be to offer him clothes. And this would, of course, banish him forever, which we don't want to do. I can't stress. So, like, listener out there, if you take one thing from today, do not offer Guy Fieri clothes, by all means. Now, we can do some reconnaissance and, compile some pretty justifiable proof. And I think if we can at least capture Guy in his most natural state, his most natural fae state, we can get there. So, because one other thing that I haven't shared is brownies are known to be crafty shapeshifters, right? They will take the form of humans. They'll take the form of sometimes stout little men. Sometimes they take the form of animals to elude or escape from people from being seen, right? So that's why my team has planted a simple and non-invasive tracking device onto the Fey Spirit. Now, our plan is to track and watch his every move and wait until the point at which he lets his guard down and takes off his disguise. Then and there, we can follow him to his homeworld, the mythical plane of the Fae, aka Favortown.
Favortown is really good, Andrew.
I wondered
Thank
how
you.
we were going to get
Yeah.
there.
How indeed.
You did it.
Thank you.
It's very good.
The prestige, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, Todd, how are we exposing Joey Chestnut for his dark crimes?
Yeah, we absolutely owe it to the other hot dog horfers who've long been overshadowed by Joey Chestnut's magical doping to unmask him for who or what he really is. So our team, it's a good team. They've narrowed down exactly what the source of Joey Chestnut's power is down to one of three leading possibilities. Sorry, I'm laughing because this is so stupid. He is option one, an all-powerful wizard who is using magic to displace or at least minimize those soggy glizzies as they enter his gullet through means such as a shrinking spell or more likely some sort of portal or portable hole within his stomach, just displacing the hot dogs. We haven't fully ruled out that he could be using some sort of magical stomach, like a stomach fused with a bag of holding, but the logistics are pretty rough, and that hasn't really shown itself as likely as just portal in stomach. That seems pretty likely if he is a powerful wizard. Now, option two, he may also have made a pact with dark beings that live within the earth or locked behind the stars above us. Those all-powerful otherworldly beings may be funneling their energies into Joey Chestnut to enhance his body's ability to chew, swallow, and digest any form of matter that enters through his large mouth hole, effectively reducing his body's processing time on food to turn food to energy from hours down just mere to seconds. So it's just being processed as fast as
He's like a Yoshi.
He could be like a Yoshi in that regard.
Okay.
The third option is that he may just be a shapeshifter of sorts that can naturally expand and change and evolve parts of his body in ways to accommodate 15 pounds of sliced bologna. Now, that's very troubling to think about how the body would need to naturally evolve to manage 15 pounds of sliced deli meat, so we choose not to. We're hoping that he's not option three. It is tough to look into the void and think about that possibility. Now, the question of how to reveal his true nature. Well, if he's a wizard, our only option is to break his concentration on whatever spell he has cast that has to be held for 10 minutes. None of these eating competitions are ever longer than 10 minutes. So we have to find a way to break that 10-minute concentration. So the easiest way to do that is hit him with an upcasted magic missile to force half a dozen students. Now, assuming the nerds at R&D haven't learned the spell at high enough level yet, we can also improvise a bit and have the ref just continuously and sporadically blow an air horn just a little too close to his ear.
Sure.
Eventually, he will drop his concentration on that spell that is empowering him, and we will find out what dark magics are at place in a particularly gruesome way, I imagine. If he is powered by some sort of primordial being or demon, we're going to have to do some deep research on the possible options and names of these forgotten gods. And we'll have to burn all the names. So we're going to have about 83 guesses is what I'm getting to. We're going to have to burn 83 names of living and dead, distant, powerful beings of ancient
One
texts.
for each hot dog he can eat in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we kind of have to work our way through it, but we will be carving the name of up to 83 ancient deities into these hot dogs. So upon consuming his deity's own name, that will break the contract or at least interrupt it briefly. So we think that is a pretty good start there. Now, if he's a shapeshifter, that one's the easiest. As Andrew kind of alluded to earlier, we will only need to speak his true name 3 times, Joseph Christian Chestnut aloud, much like a Rumpelstiltskin situation, to reveal his true name to the world. So we can do that one pretty easy, pretty early on, just to like rule that one out. Again, any one of these things that does take place during the competition will be very dramatic. The good news is the chosen name of the shapeshifter version, least violent. Otherwise, he will be expelling somewhere between 1 and 83 hot dogs from within him when we do figure out what's really going on down there.
What's really going on down there?
Listen, man, you can't
rough.
look at Joey Chestnut eat 83 hot dogs and not wonder what's going on down there.
What's going on down there?
What's going on
Well,
down there?
I'm curious, Todd, what do you say about the allegations that Joey Chestnut is actually just a man, but within him resides an eldritch horror that, if unleashed, will consume us all?
Good point.
You know, I said it early on. The real risk here is that we fraction the shattered and broken soul of America in revealing our dark nature. And I do believe we should not have false heroes among us, Matt. So I do believe that should we unmask this false hero and it brings upon a new, fresher hell, yeah, so be it. I mean, like, whatever. Have us go the way of the lining of the reflecting pool. Tear us apart, drain us, rebuild us from nothing for no good reason. I would welcome the all-powerful negative being because we deserve it. It's what we deserve.
Isn't America going the way of the casino pool is one of the more poetic things.
Yeah. Much like the reflecting pool, we were fine. A little beat up, a little dirty, but we were fine. And then we slapped some fresh paint on it. It got worse.
All right. Well, we're gonna look further into all of these claims today, but the corporate espionage department has come back with the newly formed cryptozoology department for more intel. And what the cryptozoology people are telling them is that a lot of times magical beings, especially ones of like prominence, like the ones we're talking about today, are always getting into magical feuds with other mystical beings of great prominence. So the cryptozoology people are asking us if you have any evidence of feuds these people might be involved in, who they would be with, and what type of being that person might be, so we can use that information in our hunt as well. And we'll take those answers right after this break. All right, we are back. Experts, we are asking for some evidence of maybe another prominent mythical being who might be feuding with the one you have presented today, kind of in a 2 birds, 1 stone situation. So Matt, take it away.
Yeah, Kyle, it's been all over the news, especially with the filming and production of the 5th Jackass movie. There have been all sorts of questions about the involvement of Bam Margera. Bam Margera, also famously undead. He's actually a lich. Most people just kind of know this. It's well assumed. Yeah. Bam Margera is a lich. He turned himself into an undead in search of immortality. But on the way, that search for immortality drove him mad. And Johnny Knoxville, because his immortality was granted accidentally by his soul repossessing his body for mischievous means, he doesn't suffer the same debilitating effects of prolonged death that Bam Margera has. And so there's a feud there as the two of them both race to be the most mischievous undead, convincing live people to do dumb shit. Yeah.
Have you seen Bam Margera lately?
I have, and actually, like, I guess he
pretty rough.
To be out of the bit. Bam's like really turned a corner and is doing better, and I'm rooting for Bam. I want Bam to do well, but you know, not everybody gets out of that shit clean.
No.
Now, Matt, if I understand, if my memory of liches is accurate,
Yeah.
they are bound to this
A phylactery.
plane with a phylactery.
Yeah.
What is Bam Margera's phylactery?
Yeah, it's his mom and dad, Phil and April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Accurate.
All right.
I assume his uncle's not alive anymore, but I would have said it was his uncle's lazy eye, I think.
Oh,
Don't know about his uncle.
It's fake in there. Because he used
yeah.
to like slap him a lot.
Well, because are you thinking of his parents? Because he.
Yeah. But his I swear his brother's dad was on the show because he talked in gibberish all the time.
He might have been. I don't know. The show is uncharted territory, but
Oh, yeah,
his
it's
parents are
best left
still
that
alive.
alone.
They were at the premiere. So,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Phylactery, his parents.
Yeah.
Phylactery.
It's good.
All right.
Parents who lived.
Andrew, who is Guy Fieri feuding with?
So, unfortunately, Guy is not the only supposed hobgoblin among the celebrity chef community, right? You can assume this, fantastical group of mischievous, albeit very helpful little sneakers. They have completely infiltrated this world. However, we believe there's another much more dangerous and sinister among them. This is a different Scottish variant of hobgoblin called the Bocon. And this belligerent and combative fairy spirit appeared on the scene around the same time as Guy. Guy, the hobgoblin, as a benevolent hobgoblin, has one singular directive, which is, of course, to beat Bobby Fay.
Good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Good. Todd.
Yeah. So Joey Chestnut, the most famous of competitive eaters. Now, he does it for the love of the game, for the title, for the notoriety, and obviously for the paycheck as well. Kyle, can you name me any other successful, known, competitive eater who makes money for his competitive eating on TV? And I'm not talking about Kobayashi or any of the other people challenging.
Okay.
You're not
Joey
talking about the
Chestnut.
other ones that make it their
I'm not talking about the
their
people
career.
that go to the hot dog eating competition and lose to Joey Chestnut. I mean, who has been on TV for competitive eating challenges to make money?
I don't know. I don't know the answer you're looking for. You ruled out the other name in competitive eating that I know.
It's because there aren't many, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
There aren't many. And the one that I would bring up is the fact that Joey Chestnut hasn't had a real magical feud in over a decade because he took out his last competitor back. He took him out of the game back in 2012. Remember Adam Richman from Man vs. Food?
No.
Oh, yeah.
He was but a fledgling wizard getting the hang of simple matter displacement. World's largest burger here, 3 dozen egg omelet here. But Joey Chestnut, a seasoned warlock of sorts, began interfering with the magics around him and took him out of the game. Because this is a true story. After season 1 of Man vs. Food, Adam Richman put on 30 pounds.
Yeah, his doctor
One.
His doctor told him, you have to stop doing this.
Yeah. Do you I remember Man vs. Food. Do
Yeah.
you know how many seasons it ran?
2,
No.
maybe 3.
4 total.
Oh,
After
4.
that, he had to stop because he
Wow.
he put on
Yeah.
so much aggressive weight from all this unhealthy eating because Joey Chestnut took the magic out of him. He said, I'm the only one in this game. You can't be here. So Adam Richman became a normal ass human eating competitive amounts of food for notoriety. And Joey Chestnut said, not around here. Took him out of the game in full. And that is the last real competitor in the magic sphere that he had. And you don't see him doing eating challenges anymore. He can't.
Wow.
See also Morgan Spurlock.
Well, different. Morgan Spurlock,
That man is just a liar.
just
Yeah,
bad.
I know.
Just bad.
Well, he's dead now, so.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did die.
you
I
go.
forgot about that.
Joey
All
Chestnut
right.
killed him.
Joey Chestnut killed him.
He lost in a wizard battle.
No, we can't say that. That didn't happen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, in Minecraft.
No, I just saw a thing that in Minecraft doesn't work anymore. They know
No!
it. They know.
man.
They know it worked. They
I
know
don't
what
know
you're
that bit,
doing.
but you're going to have to explain that to me later. We don't have
You
time.
can just say in Minecraft and everything's fair in Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
We'll explain it in the post
Yeah, in
show.
the post show. Put it behind a paywall.
Because right now what we need are your closing arguments. Why is your prominent figure the cryptid we need to stop or expose first? Matt.
I am not going to cite more clips because you know that I could. You know that the footage of Johnny Knoxville laughing in the face of mortality exists all over the internet, in a couple of TV shows, in 5+ movies, not all under the Jackass banner. That guy is not a guy. He is, in fact, an undead spirit in a human corpse. Why we should expose him first, quite frankly, I don't really know. But I do think it would be kind of fun if he was like, no, I've been dead the whole time. And everybody would be like, yeah, I mean, that tracks. Yeah, Johnny Knoxville, Revenant.
All right.
Kyle, the time and time again, the Celebrity TV Chef Society has consistently outed themselves as not great people. Generally kind of toxic, generally very focused on rise to stardom. And here comes Guy Fieri, a man who wants you to hate him. His looks scream, please hate me. And then you learn more about him and you're like, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. And then you learn even more about him. You're like, this guy's actually like amazing, like too good to be true. And that's really what this is that Guy Fieri in his space is just kind of an anomaly, an unexplained anomaly. And most people with his status aren't that cool, aren't that nice. And that's it. I don't think we should expose him at all. Again, if you take one thing from my argument, it's don't offer him clothes. We'll lose him forever.
Let him
Keep Guy
be.
Fieri nude.
Yes.
God, there's so many stickers we can make out
Keep
of this.
Portland weird and keep Guy Fieri nude.
Yeah.
Okay. Heard, chef. Todd.
Yeah, Kyle, there's an inherent risk in unmasking Joey Chestnut. And with that, potentially unleashing an ancient, dark, unknown deity contained within him. But we can no longer practice this specific form of stolen valor. We need to face the hot dog fueled demons within our heroes, and along with it, the repercussions accordingly. Listen, the current administration may wash away the shameful history of our great nation in our museums, but we could not shy away from the dark truth behind the heroes we have now. It will be etched in history forever that we stood tall when it mattered most and took down Joey Chestnut.
I can't decide if Todd's arguing in favor or opposed to unmasking Joey Chestnut. It definitely feels like we're going back and forth.
I think we need to.
Okay.
Listen.
You're saying it'll be more painful, but we should.
Yeah.
It's a Band-Aid we need to rip off. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to rip the Band-Aid off and potentially unleash a demon that is specifically powered by 16 pounds of sliced bologna.
The Glizz Lord, if you will.
The
Glizz Lord.
Well, and years from now, when we're living in our caves, hiding away from the demons that fly around us for what we have done, I want to look at other people across the flickering light of the campfire and say, we did the right thing.
When it mattered most, we stood up.
We were brave.
Here we are in our Mad Max reality. But yes, we did the right thing.
Now I need to go practice my shift of waving the torches at the mouth of the cave so the demons don't come in. It's my turn.
All right. The cryptid guys and the corporate espionage guys are gonna talk, and they're gonna come back and tell us something based on what you've given us today.
Oh yeah.
So while they do that, let's do some good vibes.
Yeah, Andrew, Guy Fieri is a great answer, man. You were the first person to put something in the doc today, and I thank you for that because I was really stuck without an idea. And as soon as I saw your answer, my brain started like going in the right direction. I think that you've pointed out the exact thing about Guy Fieri, which is no one with his status should be as cool as he is. Like everything about Guy Fieri screams that he should be a douche, and he isn't, and that's kind of incredible. And that alone is enough for me to believe that he is mythical. Todd, I'm concerned about Joey Chestnut. I've always been concerned about Joey Chestnut. If I don't know where Joey Chestnut is, I'm asking where is Joey Chestnut, because that being horrifies me. Just honestly, today is the closest that I've come to actually vomiting on an episode of this podcast.
Same.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I heard
Thanks.
thanks. That's what I thought we were getting to.
Yeah.
Matt touched on it, but we'll talk about more in the post show, but the lead up to having an answer for this question was very tough, because the options were literally anybody and literally anything.
Yeah.
And of all the gin joints in the world, I think we came upon 3 very, very good answers. Matt, Johnny Knoxville is an inspired answer. I have not seen that much Jackass. I think I saw the second and the third one. I never saw the bull goring one, and that's disturbing. It's disturbing in a way that it's upsetting and disturbing in a way that the other Jackass scenes are not. I've never felt bad for Johnny Knoxville until today. And that actually is like, oh my. It's a really good answer. He kind of does. I like the idea of him as this undead revenant who not necessarily has like this like vengeful wrath against the living, but is more of just like a silly jester.
Yeah, exactly.
kind of like an It from Stephen King's It, where it's like, come on down and play here. We all float. Like, so like a trickster demon. That's really fun. Similarly, Todd, Joey Chestnut. Of all of the options that you gave, all of them are horrifying. I was ready for Joey Chestnut as a Kirby. We didn't get Joey Chestnut as a Kirby, but it had the same energy as Joey Chestnut as a Kirby. I would like to explore Joey Chestnut as a Yoshi further. That is a little bit more whimsical and easier to stomach.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Pun
canonically,
intended.
as we figured out in the flavor text that you gave us, Kirby does have darkness within him. So
He sure does. He sure does.
Perhaps you're not so far off.
Now, what is different is Joey Chestnut is a mirror and reflects the darkness inside of all of us.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ghostbusters 2 of a man. which is also tough to stomach. And it was a very horrifying but yet very good answer. So well done, both of you.
Yeah, Matt, when you started saying yours, I was like, I mean, like I said earlier, like, holy shit, I've seen this man die on film. Like, I've seen this man's death multiple times. Like, he should not be alive. And so it kind of just makes sense that he is, I mean, I would say forced to walk the earth until he fulfills his mission, but it also feels like he's like, no, I'm going to willingly do this. Like, what if I just don't complete my mission and I just keep doing this? So it kind of feels like a trapped and tortured spirit that learned the game.
Yeah.
Like he understood the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law.
The
he's
monkey
like,
paws like uncurling in the background. Like, wait, come back. Stop. Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
He absolutely rubbed the genie's lamp and figured out the correct verbiage to like make it work. Listen, like I said, I watched a video today of Johnny Knoxville being punched by Butterbean, and I was like, no one should get up from that.
Nope.
I can't say much more than's already been said about Guy Fieri. Like, everything about Guy Fieri says he manages your local bowling alley.
Yeah.
And like, you just don't want to be around him. Like, his name is Craig. Like, you don't want to, like, you don't want that. And somehow he's found a way to be beloved most of the time and welcomed everywhere. And if I had a friend that walked around with frosted tips and flame, bowling shirts and glasses like that and a goatee that purposely looks that way,
Post COVID, he's still doing it.
Yeah, I would
still
not
doing
have
it.
that friend.
No.
Yeah, any person who puts their name behind what's it called, Tex Wasabi, like that's not anything. That's nothing. That's terrible. So I believe him to be a mischievous scamp of an imp of some sort as well. Like, it just makes sense, because otherwise he's a man doing that on purpose, and I don't like that.
All right. Thank you, guys. The 2 other department leads are back, and they have made their decision. And they are going to reveal it in reverse order for dramatic effect, because that's what both of them do. So starting out, Andrew, we are not going to investigate Guy Fieri further because we want him to keep doing it. We want him to. He's helping out. He's helping out our nation's diners, drive-ins, and dives, and for the low cost of a bowl of heavy cream. We want to keep that going. So we're gonna let him just keep doing his thing. Maybe we'll keep some tabs on him, but not a high priority right now.
Fair.
We'll track him like a blue whale just to make sure he's
he's alive. Put a tag under his ear.
Yeah, we'll trank him and trank him and tag him and put him back out in the wild, but we'll let him keep doing his thing. So Matt and Todd, it comes down to you, and what really sealed the decision here was urgency. So Matt, unfortunately, we're not going to pursue Johnny Knoxville first because, like you said, if this is truly the last Jackass movie, this issue might just resolve itself in a few years anyway. So we're gonna keep tabs on him. We're not gonna just like let him fall off our radar, but we think minimal effort on our end will result in the results we want anyway. So Todd, that leaves us with Joey Chestnut, which urgency is what really
we got to get moving
here. As of this recording, we are less than a week from the next dark offering he may make in the form of consuming an unholy amount of hot dogs. We got to work fast.
Yeah, we gotta find out who on staff can cast magic missile at a 4th level at minimum.
Yeah. Well, this episode is going to come out after that unholy offering was already made. So if it didn't happen, we stopped it.
You're welcome.
Succeeded.
You're welcome, America.
And if it did happen, pray that we have a backup plan.
God help us all.
Yeah.
God help the reflecting pool if it did.
So, Todd, you are our winner today. That is going to do it for this episode of Debate This. Thank you all for listening. You can follow along with the arguments on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon at Debate This Cast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. If you want to support Debate This more, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast, where for the price of $5 a month, you can get access to our monthly Patreon exclusive feed. We just wrapped up season 2. We just started season 3 of our Lord of the Rings rewatch show,
in which we are no longer rewatching Lord of the Rings.
That is no longer watching
listeners.
Lord of the Rings properties. We have started our chosen book reports on our own properties, with Andrew leading us in the mini series Battlestar Galactica, and we are going to continue that before we move on to our next campaign of the Office Drones. You can get access to all current and past episodes of Fellowship This, Deconstructed, and the Office Drones at patreon.com/debatethiscast. Until next time, I'm Kyle Harper.
I'm Matt. Have an eating contest on the banks of the river. Call that Wharf on the Wharf, Cole.
I'm Andrew. Remember the time Matt Cole said, "Here's the thing about Wights, Henderson"?
God damn.
And I'm Todd. I'm built different. I got those 83 dogs in me, Thomas.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.